Recently, reliable sources on CNN had a former Fox News legal analyst on, and she broke a confidentiality agreement that she signed with Fox News regarding what she went through when she was working for the channel. Her name is Tamara Holder, and I don't know how long she worked at Fox, but I know that she ended up leaving after complaining about sexual assault. Now, while she was on CNN, she shared her story, and the reason why she broke her confidentiality agreement was because she was enraged after Rupert Murdoch made some statements regarding allegations against men at Fox News, sexual assault allegations. He essentially called those allegations nonsense, and that led her to respond to it. Now, before we get to her comments, I really want you to see what Rupert Murdoch said for yourselves. So let's take a quick look at the video.
How harmful has the whole raft of allegations about sexual harassment at Fox News been for the business?
That's all nonsense. There was a problem with our chief executive, over the years, but isolated instance. As soon as we investigated, he was out of the place in hours. Well, 3 or 4 days. And there's been nothing else since then. Now, of course, but that was largely political because we're conservative. Of course, all the liberals are going down the drain.
Now, the fact that he called it nonsense really upset Tamara Holder, and then she goes on reliable sources and says the following. Take a look.
He says that there were cases that amounted to flirting. Let me be clear. I had a man pull out his penis in his office and shove my head on it. That was not flirting. That was criminal. That was not sexual harassment. There are no, gray areas, whatever Matt Damon recently said. This is criminal. And I'm not the only case. There are just women who can't speak out.
So that was obviously very detailed, and she's passionate and angry, as she should be, and she's sharing her story despite the fact that she did sign that agreement. There could be legal ramifications for what she's doing.
Yeah, I think it's brave to do that, and I think that this is a good moment to do it because the Fox News of the world are going to be a little hard pressed to say, I want my money back, even though an executive or whoever it was at Fox News did this to you. But you were not supposed to talk about the sexual assault that you suffered. So we'd like our money back. Good luck with that. I don't think that's going to play very well. And the more that these guys keep pouring salt in the wounds, the more women like Tamara Holder are going to come out and go, wait a minute. I'm not going to just let you lie like that in public and try to get away with it. And this is not theoretical, and it isn't about, when she made a dig there at Matt Damon. Matt Damon's talking about generalities though. She's furious at Rupert Murdoch, who's talking about the specific case of Fox News. And Holder knows exactly what happened there. It happened to her.
Right.
So I love that she's not letting him get away with it.
Right, exactly. And as we know, and we've discussed this a billion times on the show, this movement that's happening in the country is not a political movement. And Murdoch essentially made it seem as though, we were getting targeted because we're conservative. No. This is not about conservative or liberal, Democrat, Republican. It's about women speaking out after they've been harassed, assaulted, mistreated in any way. And it's obviously affected people of all stripes.
Yeah, so look, I don't know if the people who went after Conyers and Franken were conservatives, and if they were, I doubt that they would have enough principles that if they got Republicans, they'd also write stories about them unless it suited their political purposes. But because that's how they think, they do projection. They think we would do this as a political attack, so I assume they're doing it as a political attack. First of all, who's they? It's women who came forward like Gretchen Carlson that began this in the first place.
Right.
That said, I don't want to take it anymore. And so if you're going to tell me that I have to sleep with this monster Roger Ailes to have a job, I don't accept, and I'm going to call you out on it. So Gretchen Carlson's conservative. So there's no
political agenda there.
Yeah, almost everyone at Fox News that came forward are largely conservatives, right? And especially the on-air people. And then if it's some sort of liberal plot, why did they get Harvey Weinstein, who at the time was a purported liberal? I mean, now we know he's just a monster, period, right? Why did they get Kevin Spacey? Because there is no they. It's individual women and men coming forward saying, I've been abused and I don't want to take it anymore.
Right, and I just want to remind you guys about the amount of money Fox News spent to settle these cases. So CNN had reported that insurers will pay 21st Century Fox almost $90 million to cover the cost of settlements related to sexual harassment and racial discrimination. So that amount also includes racial discrimination. Roger Ailes alone cost Fox News quite a bit of money. There were 10 women who accused him of harassment, and it cost Murdoch's company $45 million to settle lawsuits related to those complaints. So that's pretty significant. That's not even including the amount of money that Bill O'Reilly paid out of his own pocket to settle some cases.
Which was over $30 million. So when you put that into the till, then all of a sudden you got over $120 million that Fox News had to pay women for sexually harassing them. And their anchors had to pay as well, like O'Reilly. Now, you think they did that because Rupert Murdoch doesn't care about money? No, he cares deeply about money. They paid all that money because they did it. And so for him to now come out and say it's political nonsense, it just a bridge too far and adding insult to literal injury. And really happy that people like Holder have enough courage to come forward and say, not on our watch. You just watched the video by the Young Turks, home of the revolution. If you'd like to get a lot more than that, get the full show by becoming a member. tytnetwork.com/join.